Oh, hello, CEO. Before we get into Reiki night tonight, I am just going to give a little bit of YouTube posts in and get there. What has been my experience so far while on a shamanic path? Well, the shamanic path has proven to be difficult, has proven to have challenges, and it's proven to be different. It's not like Wicca, it's not like Hermeticism, it's not like Kabbalah or any of that. It's not like the occult, it's far stricter. Well, depending on the hermit, they would take it just as strict or not. What do I mean by far stricter though? Challenges, monthly goals, monthly meetings, and I haven't been on this journey alone. I know that the best way to describe it is how I'm doing. My goal over these next few years will become a shamanic master, which is a 5-year plus practitioner of shamanism. So, just to let you know a little bit early on that one, I won't be posting anymore on my main quote unquote main channel, Diamond King 139, because that's no longer going to be my main channel. It's the shamanic life. I want you to see how I progress. I got a few tools. I had to replace a few staffs, so I only have one at this point. I do plan on getting the seer staff for the Norse. So, if you don't know, I am a part of the Norse branch of the Seedmen. So that will be nice to learn all their songs, all their music, all their stories that have been passed down from generation to generation. C.C. Williams, she does a good job at guiding you. Where you go after you've been guided is up to you. You can go to level 2, or you can go to a different cedar teaching course and learn from there. I took the course Wisdom of the Wise Woman, The Journey of the Wise Woman. There we go. It's a shamanic path. It allows you to be educated. Now, if you take it online courses outside of Zoom, they won't. If you do it on Kajabi, you're not going to get your certification that way, but you'll get at least your training in. Okay. So, and everything's not refundable. So, if you do look at it, you will run into that problem. Okay. What have I learned? I've learned runes. I learned a little bit of tarot, which tarot's not my strong suit. I know people say you gotta connect to your cards by working with them, but even be around them, like, I am familiar with that teaching, but I am so invested in the Norse and the runes. Tarot is not my everyday use. Tarot is like once every 6 month use. I need to use them more? Yes, I will need to use them more. If I do healing readings, if I do guided readings, if I do cold reads, I probably want to use those a little bit more. But as of right now, I'm not using tarot. That just sums it all up. So what is my favorite academical course so far? Is it what I'm currently taking? Is it what I've already taken? For Seder, I've only taken one, and for regular Inca or variety of shamanism, I'm on my first year. I will say that one's a little bit more detailed, a little bit more worth it in the long run. However, it's worth. I would like to say it. Paying over $300 a month, you're gonna get a lot. You're not getting just one practitioner. You're getting 3 practitioners who can help guide you. And personally, I'd like to say I'd rather have 3 practitioners guide me than just one. So that's something to think about. I know I'm talking to a lot of people that are not studying to shamanism, or they're thinking about shamanism, or they may have not ever considered it. I know I'm talking to that group of people, but let's talk to the group of people who are master shamans or who are practitioners in that area. Experience. I know some of you might be like, it's just gonna get challenging more challenging along the way. We want to see you progress, but how are you going to progress? In order to progress in Seder, you gotta practice Seder, you gotta learn Seder, you gotta know more about Seder. So traveling through the 9 realms, traveling through the underworld, traveling through the midworld, traveling through the upper world. You gotta learn all these things. I do a lot of midworld, underworld traveling. And if you who are a master practitioner, you would know what I'm talking about. So I go to, say, Helheim for a little bit, which is pretty cold there, as it is, and it's foggy and it's dead. Or I could go to Muspelheim, or Dvarheim. The list just goes on. If I travel through the upper world, I've done it a very few times as of late, but I've traveled to Alfheim, Valhalla, Asgard, which Valhalla does make a little bit sense, considering it's just Seder, you're not going there in person. But there's a lot of light over there, so I do get a few messages from there from time to time. If I were to get messages, it's like, okay, I can tell you this, but it's up to you on what you want to choose. That's how I usually do it if I go there. Or if I go under, I can tell them what I've seen, but then tell them it's up to you on how you translate it. So there's a lot of traveling. I know a few seers of my own. Actually, just one. I know a personal friend online. He is a seer himself, so he does all the seeing. He's mastered in it. That's what he does. Whether he'll admit it or not, it's really not up to me. Yeah, so I will go to him for any readings once in a while. I've only taken advantage of that once that I can remember. And last time he told me I already know what to do. I'm like, what? So that leaves a little bit shocked for me that they'll say that. but it was true, and it's still true today. I already know what to do. Now, how am I going to not just progress, but heal my inner self? Well, I got a Muneki High Stone from the Inca traditions, and the High Stone is where I'd like to go. I'd like to see more. I would like to heal myself a little bit more. My voice. I've been working on my voice, my throat habal, if you are familiar with that, or throat chakra. I've been releasing more and more. And let me tell you a little bit of something. And from the other day, I was looking. I was doing my job. I was doing work. But you know, odd things happen at the most inconvenient times sometimes. And even as I'm making this video, I can see it. It's a lot of darkness was coming out through my throat. It was. I couldn't just hide it. That's how bad it was. So I saw these red eyes. They were coming out. How as they were going through, it's like, oh no. So it was a little bit strange. I will admit to that. It was strange. But you also have to remember, it's not going to happen all the time. It's only going to happen when it's convenient. And with energy work, you're cleansing it into the realm of Ganungaka. Well, not really a realm, you're cleansing into the void. Ganungaka is considered the void. Like how the Norns are to represent the past, present, and future. What it was, what's to come, and what is coming for you. So, what you're destined to. I would recommend, if let's talk to the beginners again. If you are new to this work, I'd recommend first start off with what your strongest power is. Can you see? Can you know? Can you hear? Can you feel? Start there. If you have to, take the Muneki course. Take it. It doesn't matter the practitioner, because they all should be either the same or similar. I'll tell you this now. Everyone's going to explain things different. Everyone's going to teach it different. Everyone has their own way. It's just finding your teacher. Your teacher. For me, my teacher, I prefer to go to Lauren. That's my preference. And when it comes to this stuff, which you can find her on Lauren New or AncientSoulGardens.com. You would have to pay for the course if you decide to take the course, but it's all there. What is your favorite mastery course? I've only taken very few courses throughout the year. So when I first started, I took a Wicca Academy. I only took their basics because it was during a time where if I ordered anything, it would just get thrown away. It's coming less to less of that now, but you get what I mean. But that academy showed me a fundamental foundation. It threw a lot at me at once. Then I'm like, okay, this course was free. Let me check other resources. So I did. And I went ahead and went to YouTube. I found a Wicca 101 course. Studying all these things. Eventually I landed on the occult. So I studied the occult, the Hermetic Kabbalah. I did listen to a little bit about the Judaic Kabbalah, but I can't read in Hebrew. It's all in Hebrew. Well, if I can read it, it's not very well. I have to take a look at the context first, which is how Hebrew is. You gotta take it into context. I think Esoterica, he put it into English, but it's also expensive, so I'll have to wait about that for a little bit. Esoterica, he's not opinionated. He is get down to the facts. He will tell you what he read, and then he'll give his opinion. Well, he is opinionated, but that's how it goes. He won't just give you what he thinks, he'll give you what other people think. So, how was my progression from there? In my beginner years, I would say Ancient Soul Gardens is the best one for me currently, because it's allowing me to explore, to dig deeper. And I'm like, I've thought about shamanism very few times. I knew shamans existed. I knew they were supposed to be wise people, but I didn't know how our practices went. So that got my curiosity. And then when I took Muneki, I was able to get my, of course, 9 rights, and it gave me a better understanding that there are different kinds of shaman. There are the star keepers, there are the wisdom keepers, there are the earth keepers, there are the seers, there are the knowers, there are the list goes on. And each shaman, even though they might have their own powerful right, they're all taught the same thing. They may not use all of their rights, but they have the same knowledge of these rights. And the knowledge of the Pi Stone, which you can get to another time. I'll tell you the importance of a Pi Stone later, but I will tell you right now, I've used it to keep my lessons on it. I've used it to remember things. It's been with me ever since I started Kung Fu. It's been there. So, I will say, hey, it's been worth it. It's been worth the cost. Okay. Now, I'm going to get back to the question, what's my further progression? Well, first, I'm going to start diving deeper a little bit more, or shamanically. I'm going to start doing a little bit more journeys. There's one rite I would like to initiate with. I'm not going to say it here because some of you may or may not like it. And so, I'll give you one hint. It's about a sun. That's all I'm going to hint towards. It's something I'm going to explore in a little bit deeper. Yeah. So, how I'm going to get ready to explore as deep as I can? Well, first I gotta move out of this old place. It's not worth being in this house if, one, privacy, two, can't have my stuff thrown away. So that will take some time, but it will be worth it in the long run. Finally, I would like to say to those who watched this video, I answered a few questions. If you have any more for me, please place them down in the comments. I'm really excited. I'm really grateful that you're here. These videos are not made to be quality content. It's just to catch you up a little bit on what's been going on and what's going to be happening. Again, I'm stopping gaming YouTube channel. I will probably be on my own. I'll do a few things here and there. But outside of that, I'm not going to interact with video games that I'm not committed to, or anything like that. I'm going to stop Diamond King 139. I'm not going to delete its videos because it not only takes a lot of time, it also has a final video. So, and just to let you know, this is Raymond's Shamanic life. So we're going to be talking about these subjects a lot. I will share a few stories here now and then. But I'll start with like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I hope you stay with me while I tell you these stories.